Hello, I'm Champa Saha from Scholastic India, and today I'm going to read you a story from this astounding collection called The Lizard of Oz by Khyrunnisa. And there are some really interesting signature illustrations by Krishna Bala Shinoy. So, on to the story that is called Ants. Here goes. Formica and Formi were twin ants and as different from the other ants as sugar from salt. While the other members of their huge colony bustled about, hard at work, these two were content to eat, sleep, and laze around. Being the children of the chief queen of the colony helped them get away with this. They ate the food collected by the foraging workers, listened to their grandmother's stories, and slept on beds made by their mother's attendants. When they were not thus occupied, they watched others work. Eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we die, said Formica to Workaholicant, their cousin, who frowned upon their lazy ways. Formica had heard these words from an uncle who had visited them a few months ago. That uncle was the black sheep of the family, having run away from home when he was asked to help in stocking food during the rainy season. He loved nothing better than to laze, eat, and read books to his heart's content, and was delighted that Formica and Formi had inherited his attitude. Finally, he told his sister, the chief queen, whom he was visiting for the first time after he had run away, there are some relatives I can be proud of. Formi repeated his twin's words in a lazy drawl. And well you might, said Workaholicant grimly. We've got news that our distant cousins from America, the red fire ants, have managed to find their way here and will arrive shortly. Red fire ants? Sounds interesting. I never knew we had such cousins, said Formi, a smile forming slowly on his face. I wish we never had them, said Workaholicant. They're dangerous and we don't want them here. They'll destroy the humans and ruin us in no time. We are preparing for war. War! exclaimed Formica, alarmed. The twins were a peace-loving pair and hated anyone coming to harm. Then let the humans fight them. They are powerful and can destroy them, suggested Formi. Unfortunately, they don't know about this. We ants, with our special methods of communication, got the news very early. By the time the humans get to know, it'd be too late. So what are we supposed to do? Asked Formica, looking distressed. She could foresee some sleepless times ahead and didn't like it one bit. The chief queen has called an emergency meeting. Everyone's already there, the workers, the soldiers, even the drones. You lazy bones are the only ones missing. I've been sent to bring you to the courtyard. Do we have to come? Asked Formi, stretching himself lazily. You'd better. Plans are being made for you, said Workaholicant ominously. When Formi and Formica, accompanied by an impatient Workaholicant, reached the courtyard, they found everyone waiting for them. Here come Formica and Formi, announced a soldier. They saw their grandmother, who loved them very much, look sorrowfully at them, and their hearts sank. Well, my dear children, said the chief queen, I suppose you know why you've been summoned. Since you took such a long time to get here, we began our meeting and have taken a few decisions. It has been decided that in view of the fact that you two never do any work, it is time you were forced to do something for the colony. You are going to lead the army. Formica was shocked. Formi opened his mouth to protest, but his mother silenced him with an imperious gesture and went on. You are to first have a parley with the leaders of the opposing army, and if that doesn't work, attack. Now go and get yourself fitted for armor. After that, come back here and we can discuss our plans. The rest of you, do as I've said and be on your guard. The meeting is over. The ants dispersed, many of them giving Formica and Formai pleased looks as they left. The two looked appealingly at their grandmother, who hugged them with tears in her eyes and said, "Go, my children, and show everyone how brave and clever you are." The next day, wearing their new suits of armor, they had a meeting with the chief queen, after which, walking lethargically at the head of the army, they reached the top of the anthill. The sentry ants kept a lookout, but for a long while, nothing happened. Fed up, Formai lay down and fell asleep. Soon there was a rustling sound and the sentry cried, "Alert!" But Formai continued to sleep. Before he could be woken up, two huge red fire ants appeared, and one of them, apparently the leader, seeing Formai asleep, asked, "What's this? Why is he lying like this?" "He's gone to sleep, General Fire Ant," said Formica. "Red Fire Ant," corrected the enemy ant. "Gone where? Where sleep?" "Sleep's not a place, it's a condition. To sleep means to lie down in peace after hearing a story that makes you happy." "What are you saying? Happy, story, sleep, peace. I haven't heard these words before. In our land, we never lie down. We work all the time." "You must be very unhappy creatures if you don't know what a story is. Shall I tell you a story?" "Do." "Once upon a time," Formica began. "What time?" asked General Red Fire Ant. "Stop interrupting and listen. Once upon a time, there was an elephant." "What kind of an ant is an elephant?" the general interrupted again. This time, though, Formica smiled and said, "You don't know much, do you? Well, an elephant is not an ant. It's a huge creature. One day, while it was in the forest..." When the story came to an end, the general looked relaxed, asked for another story, and then another, and another. Then he lay down looking very happy and fell asleep. The others, not knowing what to do, lay down too. After a while, he woke up and announced to his soldiers, who hurriedly stood up as well, "We are going back to our country. There, we'll tell stories to the others and teach them how to be happy, how to relax, and how to sleep." Turning to Formica, he said, "Thank you very much," and he marched his army away. The roar of joy raised by the chief queen's army woke up Formai, who hugged his clever twin when he heard what had happened, and they returned to her hero's welcome. And that brings us to the end of the story, ants. I hope you all enjoyed it. From The Lizard of Oz by Khyrunnisa, Scholastic, India. Thank you.